Okay, let's keep on going here. Let's actually try to run this now and see where we are. I need to plug in my gamepad here. And now let's give it a shot. And I'd say the odds are I probably forgot something along the way here, and yes I did. And curly bracket expected. So down here, oh, I never finished this. Okay. And let's go to the end of the procedure here, and it will reformat the procedure for me if I... Okay, something's not right here. So I need to end the loop. I need to end this if. I need to end the big playing if, and I need to end the method. Let's give it a try now. And it does compile. And okay. And I have a cheap computer with a low quality graphics card on it, so I need to go to the project here and go to properties and tell it I want to use this limited set of drawing methods. And if I draw it now, nothing's going to happen, but if I press the back button, yeah, that's not working. Why is that not working? Let's stop that and let's go in and see. MI previous gamepad equals gamepad. So where am I checking to see? Oh, it's just going to the game over state. And I'm not doing anything. I'm not quitting in the game over state. Okay. I'm just not going to respond and draw any new stuff. That's the deal. So let's go in here and let's see what else we need to do. We wrote the loop to, we declared him, we set it equal to 10, we wrote the loop to read in the texture, and then we're supposed to draw 10 instances if the variable of loop is true. So let's, and the right trigger, we're going to do loop visible equals true. Okay, so let's go back to this right trigger part. Let's close this so we can see a little more code. And we need to generate 10 random x's and y's. So we'll just generate some local variables here. X equals R&D and random dot next. And I want the left side to be how big is Luke? Luke looks to be the same size, so he must be 100 by 100. And what are we setting for the center of Luke up here? Origin is 0. Okay, so that's going to change the way we draw him. So this can be a number from screen.left to right minus 100. Got my semicolon. And y can be from screen.top, comma, bottom minus 100. Okay? And then Luke dot position dot x equals our x variable, and Luke sub I dot position dot y equals our y variable, and that'll give us a bunch of different locations for Luke. And then down here we need to do some drawing. So we're only going to draw if we're in the playing state, not gamepad. And if we're in the playing state, we are going to draw Darth. Whoops. Gotta tell what I want to use to draw with. And let me see. Darth has to be drawn using version number 6. So Darth texture has to be first. Darth position has to be next. And I use the same names for the variables here that they use in the parameter list for the draw method, so that makes it a little bit easier. Color, rotation, origin, scale. I guess I use effect instead of effects, and Darth layer depth. Okay, so that should draw Darth for me. We should be able to control him with the left thumbstick. And then what I want to do is I want to draw, whoops, only if Luke is visible. And if he is, I want to draw all 10 of them, so I need a for loop. Luke dot sprite badge. I'm getting ahead of myself. And we can use the simple one on this. And no, we can't. And then we're going to use null for this. And going too fast. And I forget what this one was. Was this rotation? No, well, yes, it was. And then origin effects. Okay. And okay, I botched it up somewhere here. So I'm thinking must have been here after color. No. Okay, texture, destination rectangle. Okay, and I need a rectangle here instead of a vector. So let's declare a new rectangle that has Luke's we'll declare it there, and we will assign its value down here. That Luke rectangle is a new rectangle, and its values are going to be Luke and we're going to have a problem here because these are vectors, and that means they're type float, and we're going to have to convert them to int for a rectangle. And the width is going to be 100, and the height's going to be 100. So I know without even reading the error message that I'm going to have to put an int in here because I'm going from float to int. And that should get rid of the red wavy line, I think. Okay, and then down here, instead of position, I've got to use that Luke rectangle variable, and that should get rid of everything for me. Okay, now let's give this one a shot. We should get something drawn this time. Okay, I'm in the splash state. I'm going to press on start, and there's Darth. I'm going to use my push up, push down, push left, push to the right, and let me see, if I go all the way over to the right here, I want to keep him on the screen. Play the noise as long as he's over there. I want to keep him from going off the top as well. Okay, and play the noise over here. You can't hear that, but I can. And then keep him from going off the bottom as well. So, looks like we're good with him. And then if I pull the trigger, I want 10 Lukes, and they're changing every 60th of a second. But it's drawn 10 of them. It's probably going to be kind of hard to see. 1, 2. Yeah, I got my mouse invisible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like there are 10 of them. There's a couple of them there that are almost in the same position. Okay. And let's go back to our problem description here. Okay, when they press the left trigger, we set the variable of Luke to Luke visible to false. Okay, I didn't do that. So let's go up here, and if the right trigger, then left trigger is greater than 0. That means they're pressing on it, and Luke is false. And now if I run my program here and hit start and then pull on the right trigger, now I'm going to pull on the left trigger and he should go away because Luke visible is false. Okay. And let's try hitting back this time instead of using the mouse, and that gets me into the game over state, which means I'm not drawing stuff anymore, and now I can get out of here. Let's go back over to Word, and when in splash screen state, splash picture should be displayed on the screen using the splash screen rectangle values given above. Okay, and using long version of draw method, draw Darth Vader, we've done that. Use the font to draw our name in the upper left corner of the screen. Okay, use the name vector variable. So let's go back up here, and I think it said when we're in the playing state, so let's go and draw string, and font was the name of our font, and then we need the string and the vector, and it was name vector is already declared for us, and whoops, it's got to be capital C, and that should work, and we'll do that all the time while we're in the playing state. Let's run it here and give it a try. And push the start button, and there's my name up there all the time, regardless of what happens to these other guys. Okay, let's close out of here. When in the splash screen state, splash screen picture should be displayed on the screen. So, oh, and we want a black shadow behind our name too. 5 pixels wide and left and above my name. So that's going to require another loop. So before I draw my name, I want my name to be on top. So this has to happen before. I'm going to draw a black shadow. And I is going to be from 5, actually it doesn't matter. Greater than 0, I minus minus. We're counting down from 5 to 1. And what we're going to do is we're going to We're going to use same font, same string, and our vector is going to be, let me see, a new vector. I can do this instead of declaring a variable. It's just a little, makes this statement a little bit uglier, but it's another statement or two I don't have to write. And it's going to be name vector dot x minus I, comma, name vector dot y minus I. And I think that should do it. And then color needs to be black, I think we said. Okay. And I'll draw 5 of my name in black. Let's give it a shot and see if it works. And we'll push the start button, and there's my shadow. 5 pixels left and 5 pixels above. So that part looks good. Let's flip back over here, and we've got the shadow done. I should have been Xing these out as I did them, but when in the splash screen state, splash screen picture should be drawn. So that's just going to be one other thing in draw. Whoops. There. Then what I want to do is draw. And what I want to draw is, and we can do the simple one for this, splash screen texture. Whoops, splash screen, comma, and color white. Okay. And I can probably put an else here. And then let's run it. Now we should see our splash screen. Practice test. There we go. White background covers the whole screen. Press the start button. And we're good here. And I didn't test my, I'm going to press the left trigger here and make Luke go away. I did not test my, the B button, and what was the other one? The X button. B button turns it to the right, X button turns it to the left. Okay. And let's close out of here. And let's flip back over. I think we might be done. That's all of our drawing. That's all of our rate. Oh, let's take a look at how you would just make Luke stay until you pull the trigger again. Okay. So let's go back in here. And what we want to do is we only want to do this if it's greater than 0 now, and whoops, wrong one. Previously dot was 0. And I think that's the only change we have to make. Let's run it and see what happens here. So that'll only generate those random positions on the change from okay, I'm pulling the trigger, let go, pull the trigger, I'm holding it in, but it just stays there. Pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger. And every time we do it now, we get 10 random positions for Luke. And that's the end of the practice test.